Good day, folks. I'm going to start going through a 1951 S roll that I pulled out of a collection that I bought a number of years ago. I've had this roll sitting in a box for quite a while now. Time to figure out what's in it. So what you see on the left-hand side of the screen is exactly what I see through my microscope. I'm going to take a look through this roll and see if I can find any repunchment marks, double dies. There are a couple of double dies known for the 1951 S. And the double dies that are known generally affect the bottom of the B and the E of Liberty. So I look for those. There's a weak S. That's pretty common to get those coins with weakness in the mint mark. There's a little die crack coming off the bottom of the 9, the date there. It's actually relatively common too. This roll is supposed to be a circulated roll, but there's some red-brown coins in it. Pretty nice roll. I don't skip the opportunity to look for other things in the roll too. I don't only look for what's been listed already. A little bit of dirt on there. So I'll kind of take a peek around, see if I can see anything else on the coin. I'm running this at a 35x through the microscope, and then it's blown up again digitally, slightly so. So what you're seeing is many times larger than a normal coin, of course. It's probably around 300 or 400 times. Oh, there's a nice die crack right there. That'd make a nice marker for something else. We'll see if there is something else. And this looks like it could have a minor repunchment mark on it. Let's take a look. Let's take a better look anyway. No, I don't see anything. Let's see if I can find any doubling on this. I've got this running under a regular stereo optical microscope, and I've got a camera shining through the eyepiece. This is not a digital microscope. This is a regular optical microscope. We've got some spots on this coin. No big deal. It'll go in a circulated coin pile, along with a whole lot of others, so it won't get lonely. A happy little coin living right over here. It's my ode to Bob Ross. Let's see. There's a nifty looking huge die dot right there. Doesn't really have a whole lot of significance as anything because it doesn't appear to be a marker for anything. Let me readjust my scope just a little bit here. Give us a little focus. Unfortunately, the optical focal length is not very long on this microscope, so you tilt the coin just a little bit and it comes out of focus. Sometimes I tilt the coin up just a little bit so that I can see it a little differently in the light. Something like this. Just to see if I can see any possibility of doubling in a serif or something to that effect. That was my finger right there. Just turn the coin around to see what I can see. What do we have here? Oh, there we go. That appears to be RPM number 1. Let's flip it around just a little bit, get a better look at it. Oh yeah, for sure. That's RPM number 1. Or maybe not. No, now that I look at it, it appears to be more of RPM number 8. Yep. Pretty sure it's RPM number 8. Let me check the markers here real quick. Shows a heavy die dot inside the sea of scent. So let's pull it out and see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Not there anyway. Aha. Later stages show that the reverse die has been changed, which means that the die dot and die gouge is probably no longer. We'll see if the obverse has the die crack on the forehead. Although difficult to see, it does have it. It's a curved die crack that runs straight up from the eye and goes back toward the hair. Right there, you can kind of see it. Nice little repunchment mark there, except it has a hit on it. Unfortunately, there's a hit on the coin right where the mark is. Oh, we'll take that one out and we'll get it marked. It's RPM number 8. And keep going. Let me back up just a little bit so we can get a little bit more of this in focus at once. I don't see anything there. Nothing there. Looks like it could be doubling under the E in Liberty there. Let me flip the coin straight up and down and see. Getting close and see if that's just a spot or if it's raised. It looks like it's just a spot. Yeah, you can see the circle around it. It's just a stain spot, but it looked like it could have been doubling under the E there. You always have to check your possibilities. You never know what you could find in these rolls. Anything can happen. Don't see anything there. Oh, hello, uncirculated. Nice red coin there. Tucked away in the middle of a circulated roll. See if I got a doubled eyelid. No doubled eyelid. I'll be doing these roll digs on occasion. Once in a while I just decide to grab a roll and go through it and talk about what I find as I'm finding it, if I find anything. If I don't find anything, I probably just won't publish it. This one I'll publish because I found a decent RPM in this roll. I'm coming down to a point where I'm almost done with this half the roll, and I'm going to flip it over and take a quick gander at the reverses. Not much known for the reverses on 1951 US. This looks like it could be a repunchment mark. And get in a little closer to it and see. Let me focus it upward so that I can pick it up and kind of tilt it a little bit and get a better look at it. Looks like I'm making something out of nothing. No RPM that I can see. Oh well, it's worth a try. And moving right along. Alright, nothing else there. Let's flip it over and take a look at the other side. Now for the reverse of that same half roll. Hey, look at that toning. That's nice. That's a pretty color. Get through the reverses just a little quicker because now there's not really that much to look for on these. You're looking for doubling any pluribus unum. Usually going to be separation, and it's going to be facing the rim. There will be some extra thickness or separation in the wheats. I always check the center of the reverse for class 4 doubling because it tends to be rather common in certain years and kind of scarce in other years. And well, this happens to be one of the years it's scarce in, but never know. You could run into something good. Just have to keep your eyeballs open and check everything. So far I'm seeing nothing on these reverses, as expected. Yeah, a cute little roll for, probably I ended up paying like 3 cents a coin for these. Still not seeing anything on these reverses. I just don't expect it on 1951S. I'm just kind of giving these a good once over to be sure that what I believe is true, that I'm not going to find anything on 51S reverses. But it could happen. So because it could, I check them. May not pay a whole lot of attention to what I'm doing when I'm checking them, but I do check them. I don't waste my time. Alright, that's all of them for that half of the roll. Now I'm moving these off of my stick, and I'll get the other half of the roll set up here. Now 51S is a relatively low production year because most of the San Francisco wheat cents are in low production years. Right now I've got them all poured out on my stick, and I'm getting them lined up, obverse up, so that I can take a look through all of the obverses and pull out anything that has any value. This wasn't a full roll, so we won't see 50 coins, but we're going to be kind of close. Okay, here's the obverses of the second half of the roll. Sorry the focus doesn't tend to work 100% in this mode, but this I have found to be the best lighting for searching rolls. Hey, there's a repunchment mark right there. Unfortunately, the coin is cleaned. That's why it looks so brassy, shiny, but that's a nice repunchment mark on there. You get it focused in. That right there. A nice little northwest repunching going on. Let me check my list and see which one it is. This is, I believe, going to be RPM number, I did see this earlier, number 4. It's definitely RPM number 4. S over S West, Kaneka calls it. That real strong die scratch running through the S shows in their marker photo, so we've definitely got the right die. Yeah, I'll pull this one out and I'll do it as a giveaway. Give somebody a nice little RPM to get started in their 51S set. And we'll keep digging. Keep digging around, looking for more to see what we can see. A little die gouge under the B of Liberty there. Kind of had me going for just a second. Ooh. Hello, Black Spot. How are you doing, Black Spot? Oh, look, there's a spiked head. You're a big black spot. You have graced the presence of my coins. Thank you so very much. What would I do without all the big black spots? That's another repunchment mark right there. You can kind of see it. I believe it's another number 8. Looks like it could be anyway. Let's get this tilted up so that I can get focused in on it when I zoom in further. Well, it's not going to be nice to me. It's not going to be easy to focus on this. There you go. See that lower serif right there? Yeah, that's definitely a repunchment mark. Look at the lower curve and how the lower S curve down there is doubled. Damn, Mr. PV, I need to know what you use for a pointer, because I've got too much microscopic power going on here to get a good point at it. This is going to be RPM number 6, I believe. I don't think this is number 8. I believe it's a number 6. Let me check the reverse for vertical die scratches through the S of states. Kind of hard to see, but they're there. Wish they'd do something like this protected die scratch under the N here. Inside the N, I check a number of different places. Oh, it's showing a die crack from the right wheat to the rim. Let's check for that and see if that die crack is there. Yeah, we do have a die crack. Let's see. I don't know. It should be right outside the S. Not sure I see it 100% here. It might be there. Ah. Yeah. I don't know. I'll take a better, closer look at this a little bit later, but I do believe it is RPM number 6. You can see at a certain angle right there, you can see the split in the lower part of the mint mark. The lower S curve has a separation line on it, and then the lower serif is very well doubled. Alright, so I'll pull this one off, and let's keep looking. Let me zoom out, get back out to a normal non-molecular level here, get a little better focus this way. That, and plus, if you really have to use a whole lot more power than this, I don't think there's a whole lot of point in keeping the coin as a die variety if you have to use an electron microscope just to see it. Let's turn this guy around and see. You can see going straight up and down with him. I like to look straight up and down when I can. Uncirculated coins are generally pretty easy to find it straight up and down when you're just hunting through a roll. Let's see. This could be another repunchment mark here. Yeah, it might be. It looks awful thick in the center. Yeah, I think that's going to be a number 6 again, I believe. Yeah. And it's going to be another number 6. It's Kaneka listed number 6. Let me flip it over here real quick and see if I can find that. This reverse is a little better. It should have the die crack that I'm looking for. Yeah. Comes out to the rim. Right there. Die crack outside of the S. It starts in the wheat grains here. And it runs up and it goes out to the rim right there. So this is another repunchment mark number 6. It doesn't look like a whole lot until I get the camera out and take a good shot of it, but there's separation on the lower curve. There's a double in the upper serif that's not easy to see, but in the lower serif it's a wide spread. Alright, let me pull that one out. It's got some decent stuff in the second half of this roll anyway. Alright, let's keep looking. Let's see. Zoom out and get an easier look at everything. Thinking about trying to hook up my better camera, because I've got a better video camera to try to use, a 1080 pixel camera. This one's only like a 720 pixel camera and it's not as good. There's 1080 pixel cameras, you can get those things for under $50 now. I started all this back when that kind of stuff was really expensive. I think I got myself another RPM here. I do believe so. This one is nice little split. Come on, focus. It's the only problem about a manual microscope. You got manual focus. Alright, let me check the list here and see what I've got. I do believe this is RPM number 1. Yeah, this is for sure RPM number 1. Let's check. You should have a couple of die gouges up above, up on the top of the hair. Under the G of God. There they are. Right there. It's definitely RPM number 1. Get this focused in and bring it down so that we can take a look at them together. You can see that they're angled toward the northeast underneath the G there. Some die gouges and scratches. They're not easy to see, that's for sure. Let's move into a later die state marker and see if I can find something that's a better marker. Is there a die crack on the 9? Yeah, there is. Not the easiest to see, but it's there. It's going to turn out this is going to be a stage C, I believe. Let me check for the die crack on the left wheat, upper left wheat, through the hair, through the wheat lines here. Let me zoom out some. I'm not actually seeing it. My light might be too dim. I brighten my light up a little bit and get a little bit better focus. A little bit better focus out of that. I don't see the die crack I was looking for, but it's definitely repunchment mark number 1. RPM number 1. Right there. Let me focus on it tilted so it's easier to see the splits that are going on in here. Right there. Alright, got 3 coins left. Take a look at those real quick. Get zoomed, properly zoomed and focused. That's not zoomed enough. This appears to be another repunchment mark. Looks like we have something coming off the northwest part of the curve. Maybe. Right back around here and see if this might be a listed repunchment mark, but I'm not 100% on it. It's not going to be number 4. It's too close to the 5 of the date to be number 4. Okay, I'm not seeing another listed one that appears the same, so I'll have to take a better, closer look at this later. Oop, let's go back and look for the double die. No doubling. Look here for the double die. Look here for the repunchment marks. What we got here? So I'm thinking there's a chance there could be something going on here. Nope. Nothing going on there. And nothing going on there. Just take a quick peek at the reverses here. And let me zoom out further. We're just going to take a quick poke through the reverses. I'm looking for mainly any kind of step doubling in the center of the die of the design, and then I'm looking for the typical what you would find extra thickness in E pluribus unum. Probably need to be zoomed in just a little bit more. I don't like zooming in too much in areas where I just want to catch anything nice, not necessarily looking for all the little minor tiny things that you might be able to find. I'm just looking for the better stuff. Something that would be worth listing. Well, so I may come up dry here, which would be kind of expected because 1951S is not exactly your double die reverse producing issue. Again, I'm looking for elongated dot in E pluribus unum. I'm looking for extra thickness toward the rim. And down here in the CEN of cent, I'm looking for anything that looks like actual hub doubling. This one has luster. This one's probably uncirculated, or close to it. And that's it. That's it, boys and girls. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. I got 5 RPMs out of this roll. Not too shabby.